Portugal, the Selecao, a nation traditionally haunted by what-ifs. What if 2004 ended differently? What if 2006 wasn't their last great World Cup run? What if Ronaldo had better help during his prime? The 2016 Euros felt like redemption. But even then, Portugal didn't feel like the best team in Europe. They were gritty. They were stubborn. Some say they were lucky. But now, something remarkable is happening. Portugal's football identity is being redefined by a new generation of talent ready to step out of Ronaldo's shadow. Now, they feel inevitable. In this video, we will look at today's player pool and clear patterns that show why Portugal are waiting to be the next big force in football. Could this be the rise of a dark horse? Let's break it down. Let's start right where the magic begins, in the engine room. Because what's fueling this new-look Portugal isn't just flair, it's function. At the heart of it is Vitinha, and right now, he might be the most effective central midfielder in world football. Need numbers? In the 2024-25 Champions League, Vitinha completed more passes than any other player. He was second in total distance covered. Journalists from The Guardian, The Times and the rest all agreed. He was PSG's deep conductor, setting the rhythm like a maestro with a baton. And his pass accuracy? A surgical 94.5% in League One and nearly 94% across all competitions. That's not just tidy, that's elite. But even with all that, it's João Neves that might be the scariest part. Only 20 years old and already bossing Champions League midfields. In the 2024-25 UCL campaign, he recorded 55 tackles, the most by a midfielder since Gattuso in 2007 to 2008. Think about that. He's drawing comparisons to one of football's most ferocious enforcers. And yet, he's not just a ball winner. In League One, he contributed 3 goals and 8 assists, quietly becoming PSG's creative link, pushing tempo and linking play with the maturity of someone 10 years older. His standout game? Against Manchester City. 89% pass success, 10 out of 15 duels won, and he even headed in the equaliser. In a midfield of stars, he stood out. Together, Vitinha and Neves don't just hold midfield, they own it. They have the engine purring and running hot. Of course, every engine needs the right components around it, and that's where Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes come in, Portugal's creative battery pack. Bernardo was devastating in the 2024-25 Champions League. He ranked in the 96th percentile for progressive passes, 94th for progressive carries, and 88th for shot-creating actions. Whether he's gliding past defenders or splitting lines with surgical passes, he's impossible to lock down. In the Premier League, he delivered 4 goals and 4 assists, nearly 1.75 key passes per game. He doesn't force the play, he shapes it. Bruno, on the other hand, is Portugal's engine of direct action. In Euro qualifiers, he notched 4 goals and 6 assists, constantly finding pockets, threading through balls and making something happen. There's no hesitation, just execution. What makes these two tick so freely is that they have one thing behind them that's often overlooked in attack-heavy teams: a defense that lets them breathe. Start with Nuno Mendes, still only 22, and yet already a master at shutting down the world's most dangerous wingers. Just ask Salah, Saka, or Yamal. Mendes has locked them all down. Statistically, he dominates one-on-one duels. Every game, he reads danger before it happens, bursts forward like a winger, and somehow finds the gas to recover when needed. Then there's Ruben Dias, the calm commander, anchoring this line with authority, clarity, and trust. He's not loud, he's clinical. Flanking him are the rising steel of Goncalo Inácio and Antonio Silva, both under 23, both fearless, both seasoned beyond their years. This isn't just a defense, it's a barrier. A reason why Portugal can play aggressively, knowing full well their base is protected. And now, the artillery. Francisco Conceição is the type of player who doesn't just dribble. He dives into chaos. He's bold, aggressive, and relentless. A menace off the right, whose energy lifts the entire attack. Pedro Neto brings blistering pace and lethal acceleration. You leave space behind your fullback, and he will make you pay. If Portugal needs vertical threat, Neto's the answer. Up front, it's still the man, Cristiano Ronaldo. At 40, he's no longer the carrier of the team. And that's exactly why he's still so dangerous. He doesn't need to drop deep. He doesn't need to press. He just needs to do what he's always done: score. In the qualifiers, he led Portugal in goals again. This time, not because of the volume of touches, but because the system finally suits him. Surrounded by creators like Bruno, Bernardo, and now Neves and Vitinha, his job is simple: finish. And he still does it better than most strikers half his age. And here's where Portugal really gets scary. There are players who'd pretty much walk into any starting 11 in the world who can't even crack Portugal's starting lineup. Rafael Leão is unpredictable, explosive, and terrifying in space. He's a game changer off the bench, a spark of chaos that defenders hate to see late in matches. João Felix is still among the most technically gifted of his generation. His tight space dribbling is unmatched. Give him a moment of freedom and he punishes you. Ruben Neves plays like a quarterback: vision, leadership, accuracy. João Palhinha is a brick wall, one of Europe's best ball winners. This isn't a bench, it's a reserve army. Portugal's not just stacked now, they're set for the future too. You've got players like Mateus Nunes, Otavio, and Renato Sanchez, all waiting for a resurgence. And even further back in the ranks, Totti Gomes, Thiago Dantas, Henrique Araujo, Martim Neto. A wave of talent coming through that makes it clear: this golden era isn't ending anytime soon. But none of this clicks without one man tying it all together: Roberto Martinez, a manager doubted by many, criticised after Belgium. But he's rebuilt his name with Portugal. 10 wins from 10 in the Euro qualifiers. 36 goals scored, just 2 conceded. Martinez has unlocked the system. He switches formations fluidly from 3-4-3 to 4-3-3. He gives freedom where needed, structure where necessary. And crucially, he's handled the Ronaldo situation perfectly. Not overused, not disrespected, just smartly deployed. He's turned Portugal into a team that presses like a club side, cohesive, intentional, ruthless. They bait you, press you, slice through you, all in 3 passes. Now the question becomes simple: can Portugal win the World Cup? Let's not kid ourselves. International football is wild. One bad night and it's over. But talent? Yes. Tactics? Yes. Depth? Absolutely. Leadership? No doubt. Hunger? Off the charts. And maybe most importantly, a story that's still being written. Ronaldo's last ride. A golden generation rising. A fearless midfield. A lethal front line. And a bench that most nations would kill to have as starters. This isn't a team in transition. This is a team taking over. So ask yourself this: if your team had to face Portugal tomorrow, would you be confident? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.